Well, we're going to have our topic today is vibe coding. What is that?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's cool. Like the first word vibe, the vibration, you're in the mood. And this stemmed from all the new development tools that we talked about last week in the last episode, that now more and more you can develop apps without coding or almost very little coding, just understanding the logic and what you want to do as a business owner. So last week, in the last episode, I told you that we may be now going into a phase where entrepreneurs who have the business ID will be the new developers of the future apps. It's no more the tech guys that lead product development. But then from the programmers side, from the guys who develop, they think that now, thanks to AI, they don't need to code anymore because they know how to code, they can save time. So now, from their perspective, they're becoming product designers, no more developers.
Okay,
That's vibe
interesting.
coding.
So the coding, how is vibe coding available on ChatGPT?
No, so vibe coding is like there was a post, I will send it to you, that went viral from very recognized developers in the industry of startups, that the guy said, I don't code anymore. Even though we have a software development agency, I don't code. Because the AI is so good in these development tools, I just talk to it and it outputs what I want. And I barely know what the code does unless I really look into it. So he said, this is not coding anymore. This is vibe coding. I just follow the vibe and the AI is doing the coding.
No, so I can code then,
So you and me, we can vibe code.
but we can code using ChatGPT,
We can also code, but that's what they call vibe coding. It's not really coding because you don't know the full language and you don't really build
but
it
it
properly.
spits out the code for you,
It spits out and
ChatGPT.
then it puts it together and then it becomes a digital product,
So
an app.
like the horrible experience of you could create a chatbot very quickly using vibe coding, building it
Exactly.
out
Yeah.
through, and then it'll tell you the certain resources you put in, but it'll create all the code. But then you have to
That's right.
test it to see if it works, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And that's exactly the idea of vibe coding is that you give instructions to the AI, even with the voice, because now you can install Whisper or something and you talk to it, it output code, it even tests it into a window. I say, no, 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 I want the serpent. I'm developing a serpent game. I want the serpent to be green, dark green. And then the AI will do an output, push out to you. And so that's vibe coding. But now it's reaching to a level where the top programmers in the world are calling this and are transitioning their mindset into, now that I know I can delegate the coding, let me think about what is the next product. So I'm a product designer now.
But do you think they're good enough to be that area where they're not marketers like CEOs? A lot of developers
Yeah.
develop and then they need a CEO because their whole time was being in the basement, not getting in front of people, while you had the
Yes.
CEOs used to getting in front of people. How difficult will it be for them to get in front of people?
That's a very good question. So we have the two ends of the spectrum. We have the hardcore developers that now want to become the business developers, and we have the business developers that now can become hardcore developers. So we're coming. We both sides have the same opportunity with AI to become the opposite of whatever we were doing before.
Now, and I think it's endless opportunities. There was something that came out, Mohammed, and I don't know why I'm bringing it
Mhm.
up in this podcast, but did you hear that we might be able to live forever? That they're
Yeah,
creating technology that
yeah.
we will never die.
Of course, because that's exactly what AI will unlock. AI will unlock the language of the amino acids that constitutes the DNA, and then every protein that we may not have found yet, because everything in our hormones and growth and stuff or degradation is based on a hormone that will trigger either the death of bone cells or they're growing. So definitely, we're gonna get the potential of it. Are we gonna get that technology as is? I don't know, but the potential
Five
is
years
is
is
clearly.
some article came out 5 years from now.
I don't know. I think it will take a bit more
No, but what
because
about the brain? I think we'll eliminate Alzheimer's and dementia soon with
no, I
the
think
with it.
we're gonna drastically increase our lifespan. That's for sure. We will not die. Just like when we didn't have vaccines, we didn't have surgery 100 years ago, and lifespan of mankind went from, let's say, 65 years old to 85 or 95. Maybe with this AI, we're gonna reach 120 easily. It's no more the Japanese grandma
So
who is one in a kind.
can you be the one that is able to give longevity forever using AI? Can you
You
start
could.
breaking down things and spending time? That's why you need to hire someone like you, Mohammed, because here's the problem. If
Mhm.
you don't put your AI and make it unsearchable, meaning like it's downloaded open source, someone's going to take your idea, right?
Oh
Okay, I'm
yeah,
going to figure it.
definitely, yeah.
So
But you
I,
know,
Mhm. Go.
yeah, sorry, you know the I think it's a Chinese saying. So you have the Western way that says you have an ID, you can patent it, and the ID has value. But the Asian side or the Eastern side, they say an ID only makes sense if you exploit it. So
Right.
that's what you say. Somebody else will do it if you don't do it now and bring the AI to yourself. Somebody's going to do it in the next hours, days, weeks, months. Now it's so short.
Yeah, but then are they able to market it?
Exactly. So that's where your
Are they able
skills
to get
come
in
in.
front of the people? So yeah, that's the big thing. But it's interesting to say you can live forever. That's gonna. So you're thinking 10 years from now, we might
I don't
have that.
know. I don't know. I think we may have a curve like the Moore curve. Like we improve our health every 1 year, every 2 years, we double our health condition. I'm not sure. We have,
I
you
have to
know,
go to my group and check out on my Facebook group what I shared. But the first thing is your brain controls everything. Okay.
yeah,
So if you can fix the brain so you never forget, most deaths occur because the brain dies.
yeah.
There's ways of resuscitating people in so many ways.
Oh,
Imagine if
yeah,
your
yeah.
brain doesn't die, and that's going to be with Neuralink.
Exactly, yeah. So a lot of technologies are coming together, not only AI.
Say
The na the nanotechnologies,
vibe coding.
yeah.
So are you able to do on the podcast next week model vibe coding for us?
Yeah, sure. Sure, because actually I'm doing it every day. I vibe code even though I'm not a software developer.
And so and then basically building a WordPress website, you can vibe code that, right? That
What you
vibe
can
code
you
the
can you
structure.
can you can build a competitor to WordPress with vibe coding. That level.
Oh my. Okay. So very, very interesting. And what is that leading to people outsourcing and other people in their ability to do stuff? It really changes the game. Like an app that would cost $100,000 to develop is only going to cost 5,000 now, 3,000 now,
Exactly. So
10,000 now.
so so the value perception and the value recognition is going to shift. It's going to shift from the deployment to the ideation. So you have an idea of a business, you know how that business can work. That's where the value is going to come back. It's no more about who can pop up the app because the AI will pop up the app for us.
And then also think about the data centers. That's going to be the big business, whoever owns the data centers.
That's exactly the point. Whoever owns a data set, and as unique, you can get that data set, the more you're positioning yourself. It's all now about data, more than ever.
All
And we
right.
can all build our own data sets where we have an edge.
All
We all
right.
have that opportunity.
All right. Best place to go.
Artila.com, rtila.com.
All right. Thank you, Dr.